Justin Trudeau's sick move. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Prime Minister Selfie proved himself to be Prime Minister classless this week when he told an MP returning to work after a stroke that he didn't use his downtime properly. Yes, he said that.
The member opposite, it's wonderful to see him back in the House, but he didn't use his downtime to understand what the Conservatives did not understand for 10 years in government.
Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. How on earth did he get away with saying that? Ed Fast didn't use his downtime? PM Trudeau was replying to a question from Conservative MP and environment critic Ed Fast. Now, Fast is a longtime MP. He's first elected back in 2006, widely respected on all sides of the House, used to serve as the International Trade Minister, and he was making his first appearance in the House of Commons since suffering a stroke last December. He actually received a standing ovation in the House earlier when he showed up. And then he asks Justin Trudeau a question about the government refusing to release studies on the impact of their carbon tax plan and what that impact will be on Canadians. Even though the Liberals have the studies, they won't release them.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it really is good to be back. I had assumed that during my absence, the Liberals would finally come clean on the actual cost of their massive new carbon tax. Day after day, I watched the minister give evasive and non-transparent answers to simple questions. Clearly, the minister has something to hide and is afraid to tell us how badly the carbon tax will hurt. To the Prime Minister, why the cover-up, and when will he finally release the unredacted report outlining the harm this tax will inflict on Canadians?
All right, a pretty standard question from an opposition MP, nothing personal or biting in it. But then there's Trudeau's response.
Mr. Speaker, the member opposite, it's wonderful to see him back in the House, but he didn't use his downtime to understand what the Conservatives did not understand for 10 years in government, which is that investing in reducing our carbon emissions, in a cleaner economy, is actually a way of creating opportunities for Canadians, opportunities to grow the economy.
Downtime. He didn't use his downtime, or what most people, most compassionate people would call recovery time, not downtime. Because downtime is what Justin Trudeau takes when he flies off to spend New Year's on a private island of his billionaire buddy. Downtime is what Justin Trudeau takes when he flies off to ski in the Rockies on our dime, or decides to take the family at Easter to the expensive and exclusive Fogo Island, or flies down for another Broadway play in New York City. Downtime is not how you describe recovering from a stroke. What an out-of-touch and arrogant answer. Now, Trudeau is so set on the attack mode that, well, he throws common decency out the window, chiding Fast for not doing his homework during his downtime. It's unbelievable that he said this. But I guess this is what we can expect from this PM. He rarely even attempts to answer questions other than to still, 18 months later, use his time in the Commons to attack the previous Conservative government. And if he isn't attacking the previous government, then he's definitely not actually answering questions. Trudeau's awful swipe at Fast, well, that was his worst answer in the House on Tuesday, but it wasn't the only cringeworthy one. Asked again about his trip to Bell Island, the private enclave of the Aga Khan, Trudeau said he would answer any questions of the Ethics Commissioner, but not of Canadians, not of MPs who were sent to Parliament by Canadians to hold the government to account. Now, Trudeau doesn't want to use his downtime that way. And when he was asked, when is the government going to appoint more judges so that horrific crimes can be prosecuted rather than cases being thrown out over delays, Trudeau answered about the diversity of the judges that he's appointing.
When will the Prime Minister get to work and appoint judges so criminals stop going free?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, over the past year, we've made significant appointments right across the country, including 13 judicial appointments in Alberta. The fact is, in the over 100 appointments that we've made since we've come in through a new process that demonstrates the openness and the diversity of Canada, we're happy that over 60% of our appointments were women, that 15% of the appointments are visible minority, that over 10% are actually Indigenous Canadians, that we have Canadians living with disabilities well represented. We are demonstrating the kind of openness, transparency, and diversity that we know is a great strength for Canada.
Doesn't matter to me. I really don't care whether the judges being appointed are men or women, what race they are. The question is, how many are you appointing? There aren't enough judges on the bench, and you, sir, are not appointing them fast enough to deal with a real problem of serious crimes, serious cases being thrown out. But hey, to Trudeau and his supporters, as long as he says the right thing, feels the right thing, like saying diversity is our strength, then I guess everything is going to be fine. Maybe we should call him the hashtag PM instead of the selfie PM. One thing we can't call him after his reply to Ed Fast is compassionate. Arrogant? Yes. Out of touch? Yes. Compassionate? No. If you like the Rebel video you just watched, make sure you never miss another one again. Click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel.